You've been setting your goals all wrong. In 2026, you don't want just another laundry list of things that you have to complete. Don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with the list. I love a good list. But if you find yourself focusing more on your list than living your life, this video is for you. Last week, I shared everything, and I do mean everything, that happened to me in 2025. So if you missed it, make sure you go back and watch that video. It'll give a little bit more context to what I'm gonna say today. And if you are looking to elevate your style and your life, subscribe to my channel for more content that will make you feel comfortable in your skin, confident in who you are, and capable of creating an extraordinary life. I'm so glad you're here. Let's get started with why I'm setting my goals differently. The past few years, my goals have been very outcome-based. I want more money. I want more followers. More. And there is nothing wrong with ambition. But I noticed that the more I focused on the outcomes, the more disconnected I felt from myself and my life. Grinding, going after what you want in life is great, but it is not everything. Money is absolutely something, but if every rich person keeps telling you money and everything, I don't think they're conspiring against us. I think they might be onto something. I truly used to think that if I just work hard enough, I could reach my goals, and then after that, I could start living my life. And it happened so quickly. I never intended to do that, but I found myself putting my life on hold in pursuit of my goals. But goals take time, and I don't want to build a life that feels good only after I arrive. I want to build a life that feels worth living along the way. So what does that look like? All of my 2026 goals fall under 3 pillars. Number 1, how I care for myself. Number 2, how I build my business. And number 3, how I measure success. Everything I say next is going to connect back to these 3 pillars. Pillar number 1, how I care for myself. One of my biggest goals in 2026 is to stop treating rest like a reward. Again, something else that I did without even realizing it. I don't want to feel like I've only earned my rest once I'm burnt out. So practically that looks like building slower on purpose. I used to be so impatient, y'all. Oh my gosh. But you know, God been hitting me with that 1-2 punch when it comes to patience. I have just been forced to slow down, especially moving home with my parents. We get so used to putting these timelines and this pressure on ourselves when nobody's asking us to get stuff done within a certain time frame. This also looks like protecting my mornings and my evenings. I wake up early just so I can have a slow morning. And one thing you will learn about me, I love my sleep. This is my Whoop. She tracks my sleep. I'm trying to be in the green every day. And lastly, this looks like saying no. And honestly, this isn't even a thing about other people. I don't have an issue saying no to other people. I have an issue saying no to myself. I will commit myself to new things and then put this impossible timeline to get it done. I'm not in a rush. You're not in a rush. So this means I have to be more honest with myself about capacity. Just because I could do something doesn't mean I should. We are not living our life in this fight or flight mode anymore. We're not setting unrealistic expectations. I'm building rest and travel and activities into my life throughout 2026 while I'm working towards my goals, instead of making those things a prize once I get quote unquote there. Pillar number 2, how I build my work. My goals really have not changed, but the way I'm building is what's changing. I'm looking at work that compounds, work that is an investment and not something that I have to do over and over again that's going to constantly strain me. And a part of that is about building systems and processes, right? Which we call routine. I look at this from a business perspective because a lot of what takes up my time is content. Like I have a full 9-to-5 job. In addition to that, I have a process for that life. But when it came to my business, I didn't really have good processes and systems in place. And that's something that I really want to hone in on in 2026. So you will start seeing probably just more series like trying new things or like looks and lessons, living with my parents, things that feel more like a continuation of my life rather than me having to come up with a new idea all the time. To put that plainly, it means I'm doing less, but doing it better. I want my work to support my life, to mirror my life, to echo my life, not consume it. I truly think last year I spent a lot of time living to create content instead of just creating content about my life. And I think that kind of hints at another more like emotional goal that I have. I'm really wanting to practice discernment this year. And that doesn't just mean in relationships and dating. That means even within the activities that I do within my life, job opportunities, brand deals. I want to practice more discernment, and I want to focus on people, partnerships, tasks, activities that are going to add to my life, not take away from it. Pillar number 3, how I measure success. In the past, I measured success by proximity to outcomes. Did I make more money? Did my videos get more views? Did I pay off my debt? Am I no longer living with my parents? We can see that one, that did not happen last year. But in 2026, I am measuring success differently. This takes me back to pillar number 1. I am not rushing. I don't want to wake up dreading my days. I want to feel like I have energy left at the end of the day to do other things. People talk about not living for the weekend. Yeah, I'm not trying to do that anymore. I don't know if I'm gonna be going out on the weekdays because that's a little bit of a trek for me to get into the city and do stuff, but maybe it's me reading a book at the end of the day. Maybe it's me watching a show that I enjoy. Maybe it's going to the movies. Something fun where I feel like I have the energy and I want to do something for myself at the end of the day. It also looks like being proud of how I've treated myself and how I treat others. Last year, there were times where I did not see my parents for a full day. Now you gotta understand, we all work from home. I should see my parents every single day. But that is how much I was in this room working, putting my life on hold to achieve an outcome. I don't want to look successful. I don't want to become successful and then feel depleted. So if something is going to cost me my sense of self, my health, mental or physical, it costs too much. The price is too high. I got one more thing to say. This isn't a pillar, but I want you to understand how I'm thinking about things in 2026. We put these timelines about having family and kids and making X amount of money. And a lot of times I think it's normal. I think it's natural because it's based on maybe how you grew up or what you saw your parents do. For me, that's absolutely what it's based on. By the time my parents were my age, they were millionaires and they had 4 children. Things were going very well for my parents by the time they were my age. Now, we lost everything in the 2009 economic crisis. My parents talk about this a lot on their podcast, Marriage with Jim and Teresa. I was in high school at the time. I was still young, so I don't think I fully understood everything that we had or everything that we lost. I am sure it was very hard for my parents to start over after that. But you know what I'm learning too? That is life. You're gonna have some hills, you're gonna have some valleys, and you just gotta keep going. We all know that phrase, like, if you're going through hell, don't stop. And I think people feel like if you're going through hell and you stop, then like, yeah, you'll just like die and it'll be over. And it's like, no, that's not how life works. You don't wanna find yourself sitting in hell. I know things are different now too. The world looks very different. Like in my parents' time, I feel like marriage helped with a lot of the like emotional, financial challenges that people would face because you had that person, right, who was going through this with you. And that's not to say that being single, you don't have people going through this with you, but it does feel a little bit more like we're all on this individual journey. And I think I'm finally coming to a place where I am okay with my journey, with what my life looks like, with all the things that I have done, all the mistakes that I've made, all the failures that I've had, because it's my journey. This isn't the end. I'm still here. So this is absolutely not the end. And I am excited to see who I'm becoming, what my life is going to look like by the end of this year. Just because something hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't. And just because I'm not rushing anymore doesn't mean I'm giving up. So those are my thought pillars for 2026. Everything begins and ends in your mind. One of my favorite quotes, you got to see it before you see it or you will never see it. And a lot of what keeps you from seeing it, whatever that is your mind. And so I always like to begin the year by establishing a framework. How do I want to feel throughout that year? How do I want to approach things throughout that year? Once you take care of the mind, then we can do the laundry list of things. Let me know if you would like me to do a video sharing my exact goals for 2026 and how I intend to achieve them. What do you want to feel in 2026? Which of the 3 pillars stuck out to you most? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.